Thank you very much for joining me, Fausto. You are based in Mozambique. You are a business consultant, and you have also a telecom
Yes.
business. I'm going to give you time to do a proper introduction of yourself. However, the reason why you and
Okay.
I are connecting today is because we are doing this series on ease of doing business in Africa. And the reason for that is we
Okay.
want to kind of look into how easy it is to register a company in the 54 African countries. And today I am connecting with you
Okay.
because you have the knowledge of how that works in Mozambique. And
Awesome.
I must be honest that thank you for knowing how to speak English, because it would have been it would have been a big challenge for me, hiring an interpreter to go through this. Should you uh, not been able to speak English language? So thank you. And hopefully, I mean, I haven't said that, hopefully one day we can have one unified African language, whereby,
Language. I hope so.
whereby it doesn't matter where
Yeah.
you come from, in any corner of Africa,
Hmm.
we are able to speak one language and understand each other. So again, this is the second episode of
Right.
the Ease of Doing Business in 54 African countries, and we are looking at
Okay.
Mozambique today. Once again, thank you for joining me, Fausto. Could you please introduce yourself?
Okay. I'm Fausto Maurício, based in Mozambique, and I was born also in Mozambique. I live in Maputo. I work on telecom company called Mozambique Telecom. This is a telecom company that deals with the landline and a mobile, right? Apart from my duties here at TMCL, as it's called, I'm a business consultant, all right, and I own a company that is called Prospect Consulting, and one of the main activities of the of Prospect Consulting is to help individuals and also companies to establish their business in Mozambique.
Awesome.
And I have a degree in laws. I have a degree in laws, and this one of my role in Mozambique. I'm
Oh,
married and I have
that's good.
children.
No, thank you very
Oh,
much. No, thank
right.
you very much for bringing that in. And how is your family?
Yeah, my family is it's fine. It's fine, and because of the situation of COVID-19, my kids are grounded. They cannot go out, and myself and my wife, we are the ones who have to move to get
Mm,
resources to keep the
mm,
family safe. Yeah,
mm,
so that means I have to go to
mm.
work, and from time to time, when it's deemed necessary, I work from home to avoid contact with people,
Mm,
social distance, as people used to say.
yeah. And the kids, how are they studying? Are they studying online, or how are you? How are they studying? Yeah.
Yeah, they are studying online, and at this moment they are dealing with the final examinations related to 2020.
Oh, okay. No. I mean, the reason
Yeah,
why I had
because
to,
the
yeah,
situation.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to add that because of the situation of COVID-19, there was a delay in the process. That's why they're only writing the exams now. I mean, they started last week and they finished this week, but they were supposed to be to do that by December last year. But they had to extend a little bit because of this situation.
Yes, the COVID pandemic has disrupted a lot of industries and sectors and social, elements of our being. I mean, even here in South Africa,
Yeah.
the resumption was postponed, I think, for 2 or 3 weeks. And the reason why I ask, how is your family doing? Because in as much as business is important, family comes first. And I'm glad that
Sure.
the pandemic did not disrupt you or your family as much. And for those that were disrupted or affected, and those that lost family members, or loved ones to this
Sure.
pandemic, our heart and prayer go out to them. So, tell me, what is
Yeah.
the
Thanks to
name?
God.
Yeah, what is the name? Let's get started. What is the name of the institution
Right.
or the agency in charge of company registration in Mozambique?
Uh, in Mozambique, whatever has to do with the registration of companies, there are two main agencies. The first one is the commercial registry company that deals with this issue, and also we have another agency that in Mozambique we call by BAU. It's some kind of a one-stop shop, one-stop agency where you get different
Services.
bureaus, if I can say, office that can help you, yes, to help register the companies.
All right. So, out of these two, which one
So
is,
those are the
yeah?
main ones.
Out of
Yeah,
these
those are
two,
the main ones. There are no more because the registry, the commercial registry company or conservator is based in Maputo and in all the province of the country. Even the one-stop shop that we call by Bau, you can find in different districts that to help people get these solutions close to them. So that
awesome.
means that they don't have to go to the main city to get those services.
That is interesting. Um, Out of these two, or let me ask this in this manner: are these two agencies government
Okay.
institutions?
Yes, they are.
Oh, okay. Um, so, how long have you been dealing with either of them or both of them when it comes to company registrations?
Uh, yeah, I have an experience of five. This is the sixth year dealing with these agencies, the commercial registration conservatory and the one-stop shop that we call by Bau.
Okay.
So because we started with this business in 2015, so I have 6 years of life dealing with the company's registration.
Interesting, interesting. So, take us through why someone would choose commercial registry over what did you call it, Bebau or Bau?
Okay, the difference between the commercial registry conservator and BAU is that at BAU, uh, you can find those are related to a very simplified business. Okay, for instance, an individual who wants to register a company, and is a company of a single member. It's a single member company, for instance. So it can get all the resources like the registration and the licenses to operate at the same place because of the type of the business. So if I have a different type of business, for instance, I need to register a school, or a school, or an hospital, okay, a clinic. So this type of business is different. So because we have to register, and also I have to deal with the ministry that is in support of this field
Yeah, the
of services.
regulators. The regulators.
So that's the main difference. Yes. Mhm.
So, are you saying that small business owners or young entrepreneurs, they use BAU
Mhm.
instead of company registry? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's it. Because they
Okay,
find all the solutions for their small business at the same place.
I see. I see.
And the BAU is a way, it's a simplified way of registering a company, because you have there the commercial registration office. You have the also you get the license at the same place. You get the some kind of a fiscal number, we call by NUIT here in Mozambique. Maybe you can call by VAT there in in South Africa. That's a unique number to for can I say, I'm
Tax.
dealing sometimes I'm not a very good English speaker. Yeah, it
No,
has
you're
to do with
trying.
tax.
You're
That's it.
trying. You're trying. You're
So you
trying.
get,
You are trying. You are
yeah.
better, I must say.
I'm doing my best. No, and mainly because I'm facing any interview, sometimes I have to stammer and words vanish.
It's
So
okay.
thank you very much for helping me to overcome this.
No. Please be comfortable, and I hope I'm making it easy or easier for you. So you said you would get a number from. By
Thank
the
you.
way, what is BAU or BAU? What is it? Can you explain? Can you say the full name for BAU?
Okay. We in Portuguese it's Balcão Único, or turning it into English, we can say it's one-stop shop. It's where you get all the the requirements for company's registration, starting from the first step to the last step. That means
Okay.
I register the company, I register my tax number, I register for social security, and I'm done.
Oh, great. So let's say I go to company registry. Let's say I choose company
Yes.
registry over BAU.
Baú.
What is the requirement for, or what would make me want to register through company registry and not BAU? Why should I go to company registry and not BAU?
Okay, if you have some type of a simplified business, for instance, you have a single member company, you want to open, for instance, a shop. You own a shop and you want to legalize
Formalize.
it, and you are that, yeah. So that is a single member company, and you need a license. That's a simplified license that you'll get, because just buy and sell, and you're selling, for instance, food or groceries and so on. So you go to BAU and you get the registration of the company, you get the license because it's a very simplified business. And also you can register for taxes and also for social security. So that means you have all these governmental institutions at the same place. So that is simplified. If you go to the company commercial registration office or conservator, there you'll register the company. But before you register the company, there are some steps you have to prepare before. For instance, for that type of business, if you are registering, you are in a situation to register a limited company, for instance.
Yes.
Okay. Before the registration, you need to have the articles of association. You need to join shareholders. You have to draft the articles of association. So all those steps behind must be prepared before you enter to this registration, and some other steps that I will explain along the conversation that we'll have.
I see. So, if I'm getting you correctly, the commercial registry exists before BAU, but government has to create the one-stop shop, which is BAU, in order to make it easier for individual person to register a company. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's it.
I see.
The commercial registration conservator office or conservator is being established for so long, but to make things easier for the citizens, and then the government established the one-stop shop that we call by BAU.
I see.
And they
And
have all those institutions at the same place.
interesting. Just a quick one. If I register my company at BAU and I am issued the company registration number, does it automatically reflect on commercial registry conservatory?
If you do that in Maputo, for instance, you register in Maputo. If you register in Maputo at BAU or at Commercial Registration Conservator, so it reflects. But if you register in a different province, for instance, you register a company here in Maputo with a certain name, for instance, ABC, and someone else at the same time register another company with the same name, ABC, in Gaza or in Yambano, Beira, or other provinces and citizens of Mozambique. So it doesn't reflect at the same time. The reason why, if you register in Maputo, you can get an answer right away. But if you register out of Maputo, you are given something like a week, depending on the circumstances and all the issues behind that. You are given a week for the registration offices check and in their database if there is another company with the same name and with the same purpose.
So that takes time.
So that means if you go straight to Maputo and you want to establish or register a company, you'll get an answer immediately. I mean, you have a name of your company. You have all the resources to open a company, beginning by the name. You name your business and you go to register these. But before you register your company, you have to reserve this name. That means you go to the register office and you say, I need a company, I need to register a company with this name. So please check in your database if there is someone else with the same name or a different company with the same name.
Yes.
So there, if you're doing this research or this assessment in Maputo, you get the answer immediately.
I see. So,
But if
yeah.
you do that in a different province, it takes a while.
All right. So you do a name search, then if the name is available and it's not being used by another company, then they will register it for you. I think it's the right time
Yes.
to
And you have,
ask.
and this registration,
Go ahead. Go ahead,
so
please.
sorry, so this reservation has 90 days. So that means you just reserve that name and you say, I want to use this name. You have 90 days. But after 90 days, if you don't move forward with the following steps, they may grant this name to someone else.
I see. I see. So the name reservation expires after 90 days.
That's correct.
I think it's the right time to ask the question, is there an online portal for company registration in Mozambique? Can I register my company online? Or can I submit my application online?
No, actually,
Okay.
you cannot submit online. You have to go to the offices to register personally, or by granting power to someone to
To do it on your behalf.
do that for you. Yes.
Yeah, like a power of attorney.
Yes, you have to grant someone a power of attorney to for all, but the power of attorney must be specific to that reason.
I see. I see. Yeah, that used to be the process here in South Africa in 2006, 2007, not until recently, I think 2-3 years ago, if I'm correct, that all of that changed. But let's focus on Mozambique. So
Correct.
let's do this. Let's do this. Since I can't register, since there is no provision to register my business online, take
Okay.
us through the. We're going to come back to the impact of that. We're going to come back to the impact of lack of online portal in Mozambique for people to register their business. We'll come back to it. But take
Okay.
us through the process of registering a company in Mozambique, the steps that someone would have to go through. Like you mentioned earlier, you submit a name, you submit names for a search on the
A
database,
reservation.
yes, or for reservation. So take us
Yes.
through that. Take Let us know the amount, that is required also, and how long it takes, for the business or the company rather to be registered.
Okay. The first step is to, apart from from the article of association that you have to prepare, and I'd like to mention that it's also good to prepare the article of association with someone who knows this area of activity. I mean, a lawyer, or someone who
An
studied law,
accredited
yeah, to help you.
agent, an accredited agent.
Yes. Or office. And because there are steps to prepare the article of association, and one of the requirements, according to the law, to the commercial law, the article as how can I say, the article of association must comprise the name of the company, the location of the company. I mean, the offices that will be based this business. Also, we have to mention the direction, the time frame of the company. There are some companies that they operate in a certain period of time, but there are others that are incorporated for a lifetime. And the purpose of the company is one of the steps that we have to include there in the article of association. The name of the shareholders and their quota in that company. Okay, if they're I mean, if they're two or more, it doesn't matter. And we have also to mention the way the quotas will be sold, or can I say divided among them, among the shareholders, and how we can how to manage the company. And those are the main ones. And if according to the shareholders' desire, they can just add more details regarding the how can I say how to manage the company.
Sure.
But those are the baselines to prepare the article of association.
I see.
Once you have the article of association, you go to the company, to the can I say commercial registration office to reserve the name. After to reserve the name, now you pay something like 200 meticais.
Okay.
Okay. And then maybe I don't know. I have no the exchanging rate.
No,
to
go
help
ahead.
you
Go
calculate
ahead.
and have an idea
You can.
about the
No,
price.
there's no need
But
for exchange rate. Go ahead. There's no need for
so
exchange rate.
200
Go ahead.
meticais for the reservation. Okay, right. And thank you. And the next step, you have to fill a form that you buy by, it's 100 meticais. You buy that form and you fill the form, including there the registration, the reservation name, and the IDs of the shareholders, and the copy in words of the article of association. You submit it to get this certificate. So these differ from company to company because the calculation is made based on the social capital, and also depends also on the numbers of paragraphs in the article of association. So that means each line in the article of association to pay an amount compared to 113 meticais. And there's a table there at the commercial register office where you can calculate this according to the amount of the social capital. But a very simplified article of association, and what can I say? A company that the share capital is around 50,000 or 20,000 meticais. To incorporate this company, apart from the regulator, you can pay around 25 to 30,000, depending on the situation.
25 to 30,000 meticais.
So, but this doesn't mean that you have the meticais, yes. But apart from that, you have a specific license for the regulator. If you are dealing with telecom, you have to go to the regulator of telecommunication. If you are dealing with health, you have to go to the Ministry of Health. If you're dealing with colleges, what I can say,
education.
if you're dealing with teaching, you have to go to the Ministry of Education. So you have to get the license at the entity that regulates the area of business.
All right. No, thank you very much, Fausto, for that explanation. What you explained, the process you explained, is it the same for BAU and commercial registry? Commercial registry.
Yeah, is the same, but I mean, there are slight difference. If because I have to separate the type of business. If I'm trying to register a single member company, I can get all the resources at BAU. So if I'm registering a limited company where the shareholders can be between 2 and 30 shareholders, okay, I will not fulfill all the procedures at BAU, but at the commercial registration office, I can take too many steps of there. So the only thing that I cannot solve there is the tax number that I have to get in a different institution, at the financial institution, and also the license and the social security number.
Okay. No, thank you very much for that clarity. So, as an individual, and I'm dwelling on these so that I can understand, and the viewers also can understand how to save time and cost, as
Okay.
it were. So, when I go to BAU and I say this is the kind of company I want to register, if that type of company is beyond their scope, I would assume that they would refer me to the commercial registry. Is that correct?
No, you start the first steps right there, like the reservation of the. You just do the reservation of the name at the BAU. You start with the reservation. We jump to the next step of getting the certificate. Okay, so the first step is to get the reservation. Once you have the reservation, you get to the second step of the certificate. After the certificate, you have the publication in the official gazette. Okay, thus the article of association must be published. So you have the reservation, you have the certificate. This is the second step. The third step is the publication in the official gazette, and you have also the final certificate after after comprising all those processes. But also you have to get the license from the regulator. So the license from the regulator, you cannot get this at BAU. Okay, you have to go to the legal offices where that under these regulators.
Okay. No, thank you very much. I'm still going to dwell on that same aspect. What would make me do certain steps at BAU and then still go to commercial registry? What would be the case? Do you understand the question, or you want me to rephrase it?
No, I understood.
Yes.
Okay, if you want to register a very simple company,
Yes.
Where the license is simplified, I suggest to go to BAU.
Yes.
Okay, to the one-stop shop where you get all those services.
Okay.
That you need to register your company.
Okay.
Okay. So if you have a limited company, I suggest you to go to BAU because it's where you'll get more resources. Apart from the registration of the offices, you have also the publication in the official gazette.
Okay.
So that means you get the reservation, the certificate, and also you submit for the reservation.
Okay.
At the same place.
Okay.
Okay, so the only thing that you get out of the BAU is the tax number, the social security number, and the license.
The truth of the matter is the process is cumbersome. The process is difficult, in my opinion. You know, without going
Okay.
into much details and comparison. For example, here in South Africa, you can, number one, you know, you can go online, open an account on cipc.co.za and register your company, irrespective
Okay.
of the industry and whatever you are doing. And in the next 24 hours
Okay.
to 48 hours, you get the business registered, you get a tax number. If you want to open a business account also, you can do everything right there, and including the BE certificates, which I'm not going to go into details. So at the comfort of your home, connected to the internet, you can do these services. So again,
Yeah,
you
awesome.
know, for the fact that there is no online registration portal for company registration in Mozambique in 2021, in my opinion, it's appalling. It's appalling. So
Okay.
it's not just the difficulty of understanding the process is not just in the language, you know, it's also in the process.
Okay.
It is cumbersome. And these are some of the and you know what you are educating me on and educating us on validates the reason why this particular series exists, because it's exposing the lack of ease of doing business in you know, some African
Many
countries, and
countries of Africa.
exactly, and Mozambique specifically. I mean, you know, I'm going to, I think uh it's a good time to share my screen. Let's see, where is that one? Yeah, there we go. You know, look at my
Yeah,
screen.
but
Okay, you know, so you can see ease of doing
yeah, I can see.
business. This is a World Bank rating or ranking.
In
Ease of doing business in Mozambique, you know,
mhm.
it's you know, to start business 107
Okay,
out of 190, you know, so it's ranked very, very, very low, extremely low, you know. And it is the process,
all
you see,
right.
starting a business, and it is the process that you just explained, you know, that validates the reason why Mozambique is ranked very low when it
It's
comes to
rated,
starting a
ranking.
business or
Okay,
registering a company,
business.
you know. How long does the registration process take?
Okay, okay. Because of the steps we have to go through, and sometimes all the steps are not fulfilled at the same day. It takes to fulfill the registration of the company, we can have something like 30 to 45 days.
Okay. Hmm. That's a lot of days.
That means, yeah, that's too much. That's too much.
So now let's round off and let's talk about the impact of this tedious process of registering a company in Mozambique. In your opinion,
Mhm.
in your opinion, should the okay, let me first ask, you know, because you're local, in your opinion, do you think the
Mhm.
process is tedious? I hope you understand what that means. Do you think the
I
process is
didn't
too
get
long,
you.
in your opinion? Do you think the process is too long, in your opinion, and
Yeah, yes.
difficult?
In my opinion, I think it should be it's long. You know, it's to have a month to register a company is too much time.
Okay.
And because you have to deal with different institutions, and sometimes you don't have uh, all those institutions at the same time. So this process is it's annoying, right? Because I have to go through a lot of steps, right? As I stated before, just to have a company, you have to go to the commercial registry office. See, that's one step. You have to go to get after the registration of the office, you have to publish it. You have to get the license. You have to go to the bank to open an account. You have to go to, before you go to the bank to open an account, you have to go to the finance to get the tax number. You have to go to social security to register your employees and get the social security numbers. Okay, so all those steps, and you have to go to the bank also to open the bank account. And so all those steps, they take time to be fulfilled. That's why
Yes.
this process, it's long and it's also embarrassing.
Yeah.
And
And
if you don't know the right place to go, you'll to see if someone who is not in the field will take much time, because first of all have to dig where to go and how to do
mm,
things and how to deal with people, how
mm,
to fill the minutes, how to
mm,
submit, and all those steps. So this
mm.
takes time, and it's annoying,
Yeah. So do you
and it
think
can be even more difficult.
so do you
As I was saying, it can
yeah,
be even difficult
go ahead,
if
go ahead.
you have the limitation of the language for it. Yeah.
That's even don't even go there. Don't even don't even
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about that. By the way, that's actually a very good segue to this next question. Can a non-Mozambican register a company in Mozambique?
Yes, in Mozambique, there's no limitation. As far as I know, there's no limitation of a non-national to register a company. Uh, if he wants to register, how can I say? If he wants to register a single member company, he can register by himself. That's not a problem. Okay, but if, for instance, you want to open a small office to grant loans to the citizens. Okay, not a bank, but how can I say, a company just to get to lend
Microloan.
money,
Microloan.
where people can lend money. Yes,
Microfinance.
exactly. That's it. If you want to open a
Microfinance.
micro loan, microfinance, yeah, according to the law, according to the commercial code, to open a microfinance, you have to register a single member company. Okay, according to the law, you have to register a single member company. So if you are a foreigner or a national, you can open this. But if you open a limited company, that means you have to integrate
A
a
local.
national to the company. You cannot open a limited, yes, a local citizen
I
to the
see.
company for a limited.
I see. No, that's great. So are there moves, or are there moves on the side of the government to make the process of registering a company in Mozambique easier?
I'm pretty sure that they are, and one of the steps that was given by the government is to open one-stop shop, what we call by BAU. The main purpose, I think, was to make this process of registering offices easier. But not only this, but other services that people may require from the government.
I see.
But this
And
process of
mm,
one-stop shop, yeah, helps much.
all right. And is there any? Do you know if there is any talk around making the registration process online or go online? Is there any talk about online registration or online portals, to be able to register a company in Mozambique?
I am not aware. I cannot give a full answer regarding this because I have to dig this information.
All right.
Okay, I'm not aware.
All right. Now, I've
Heard
got
about
a
this
okay. Thank you very much. I've got a
advancement.
two-part. I've got a two-part questions for you as we round off. Do you think people are
Okay.
discouraged to register a company in Mozambique because of the difficulty of the process?
This question, I think it's quite difficult, because it has to do with it's personal, I think. It has to do with the knowledge that people have about the process of registering a company. As one of the person that plays a role in this process of registering a company, I am aware about all the steps to register a company. So, in my opinion, I think people are now discouraged. What's happened is normally people coming from different regions, different countries where the process are well established and there are online and trustful process to integrate and register a company. When they come to Mozambique, they find it crazy, let me say, because
I
because of the
honestly,
time frame that it takes.
honestly, Fausto,
Yeah.
discussing it with you, I found it crazy. I found it very. I'm not going through the
Really.
process physically or actual process, but
Yeah.
discussing it is crazy. I
Mhm.
must tell you. Please carry on.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I think that uh, yeah, the process is it's a little bit, it's not complicated, but it's embarrassing because you have to go through different steps,
All right.
and that's why a lot of people, and this is seen all over the country. A lot of people, when it comes to do with the registration, they prefer to to deal with the official companies that deal with it, and lawyers, and
Accredited agent.
all the people that, yes, just to make things easier.
All right. Now, the second part of that question is, which I would think is my last question to you. Do you think if the process is
Okay.
easier and is online, more people would be encouraged to register business or their business in Mozambique?
Definitely yes. You know, the technology, the internet, and all those ways of solving issues from distance, they make life easier. And I can tell that some people are discouraged because of the time frame of this process, and also because of the steps that you have to go through, because you don't solve, if you want to register a company, you don't solve entirely your process at one place. So if you can do that online, in the comfort of your home, I think more people will join these event of registering their company and turn their business legal.
Yeah. Thank you
The
so
problem,
much.
we have the question of time.
Yeah.
We have the question of time. No one wants to lose time. So, as English people say, time is money, and people want to save time.
Time is money indeed. you know.
Yeah.
And when it comes to business, especially. No, thank you very much, Fausto, for your time. Thank you for the insights. Thank you very much,
Okay.
for breaking this down for us to understand. And honestly, I am very grateful for your time also. Thank you so much. And is there anything you want to say before we end the meeting?
Not much, just to thank for the opportunity to talk to you. And I'm not an expert in this, but I just try to bring a bit of knowledge that I have in this area of register a company.
No, and a bit of knowledge that you brought has really helped us. So thank you very much, and I hope the policymakers in Mozambique are listening, or they are taking it into consideration to make it easier for individuals and a group to be able to register a company in Mozambique. The more business that are registered, the more people are able to provide services and products,
Services.
in a legitimate way, and the more tax, income tax, company income tax that the government can also generate,
The companies
because
pay.
those that exactly, because those that are not registered and are not on the database of the government, um, you know,
Mm-hmm.
arguably the government will not be able to collect their company income tax. So
To collect the
again,
taxes.
exactly.
Yeah,
So again, the government must take it seriously to make it easier for people to register their company, so that because it's a win-win. It's a win-win. Also for individuals that are
sure.
coming outside of Mozambique. When I know that it's easy for me to register a company in Mozambique, I can then expand my branch or business, in Mozambique. And that will also help or support the
Mm.
agenda of the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement. Once again, Fausto, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening and have a great weekend. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, Sam, and keep well and keep safe.
God bless you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Same to you.